Wimbledon reached a dramatic climax yesterday, didn't it, when Nick Kyrois lost to Djokovic in the men's final in a perhaps less than graceful fashion. He aimed some, shall we say, colourful language at a fan who he accused of being drunk, despite children, including Prince George, of course, being in the crowd. And have you guys seen the pictures of the newly appointed education minister? So we've had to blur it.
I've seen the moving
Andrea
image.
Jenkyns, flipping the middle finger to crowds outside Downing Street on Thursday. That didn't go down so well either. So, Nad, I know how you feel about both, but do you think it's ever acceptable to swear in public?
Well, can I just say how I feel about the flipping the bird first?
Go on.
Because I think, to me, that was totally indicative of the way the government have left so many of us feeling. So on the Thursday she does that, which I think was completely and utterly unforgivable. And on the Friday, she's made Under-Secretary Education Minister. Now, I've been listening to radio non-stop. As you know me, I'm a radio freak. And to hear teachers ringing up and saying we would be sacked for that. And now she's a kind of their boss, isn't she? And to give the excuse that she was tired, she'd had enough, there was a baying crowd. Well, actually, it was a crowd that was disagreeing with you. And to make that as an excuse, I just can't get over it. I think it's so disgusting.
Well, I'm going to read... let me read some of the... it's not really an apology, it's more of an explanation that she gave. And yes, she said there was a baying mob outside the gates.
She was tired.
After receiving huge amounts of abuse with some of the people who were there over the years, I'd reached the end of my tether. I responded and stood up for myself. Just why should anyone have to put up with this sort of treatment? I should have shown more composure, but I am only human.
Now, you see why that makes it even worse? I was standing up for myself. Is that what we tell children to do, to stand up for themselves? She's the education minister.
But
is it just me? It's
I'm just a bit confused. Well, exactly. You know, you're supposed to be setting an example. If you're the education minister, please just set an example. And if you know that there's going to be people outside there waiting. So she failed to prepare, so she's prepared to fail. That's it.
Yeah. I also think, like, you know, people are allowed to disagree with politicians. This isn't a dictatorship. If the crowd were protesting or didn't agree with her politics, that's allowed. And she's there in a professional capacity. She's not there as the public protesting. And when anyone's in their profession, they have to exercise self-control. Yeah. And if she's got zero self-control on day 3 of a new job, that doesn't really bode well for the rest of the appointment.
She got rewarded with the job.
Yeah, so what... I mean, it's not great, is it?
I mean, sometimes it makes me wonder, actually, do we overinflate the importance where swearing is concerned? I mean, I grew up in a family where there was no swearing in the house whatsoever. And even in my 40s, my dad is in his 70s, I would never, ever, ever swear in front of my dad, even at this age, despite the fact I'm a grown-up, despite the fact I'm a mother of 2, despite the fact I do not live at home, I still, to this day, would never swear in front of him because I was raised that is the most disrespectful thing that you could do amongst elders.
I think in a professional situation to be used in an aggressive way. Now, we're in show business. We know there's a lot of swearing. I am a swearer. My family are swearers. But to use it in an aggressive way in a professional situation is not on. It's just not on. Like, if you were in a shop and somebody flipped the bird at you as you walked out of the shop, you'd be outraged.
Or there'd be a fight in some cases.
This is the government.
Yeah. But is it different? Is there a difference between Nick Kyrois doing it and Andrea Jenkyns doing it? Sport v politics.
I don't think there's any difference. As Nadia says, if you're in that professional environment, and he's in a professional environment, yes, it's a sporting thing. It shouldn't be excused just because, you know, it was out. John McEnroe used to swear a lot, but it just puts you in a different vibe when you hear that. And it doesn't make any difference for me from a man or woman if you're in that professional environment.
It's aggressive. Wherever you are, it's aggressive.
Say. And I love you or something.
No, and also when it comes to swearing gestures or swearing verbally, to me it shows a lack of vocabulary. There are other words that you can find.
You can't express yourself.
Rather than just express yourself.
I can't always, I must say, I do. But I have to say...
You do have a potty mouth.
I have felt a bit sorry for the woman in the audience who probably had a wine and might have had a Pimm's, I don't know. And it's like,
but I remember at school...
Nice to him. So he could have so easily got it wrong as well.
Well, yeah.
Because you can't know exactly what...
But I remember at school, just quickly, I used to say, why are you swearing? Why are you swearing? They say, be in the Bible, be in the book. If you don't believe me, take a beat, look.
Oh, I remember that at school. Do you remember that?
I do.
That's how you get away.
And there's a reason why you haven't said the full word, because some things are just unacceptable to hear on your TV screens in the middle of the day or perhaps to hear in the public full stop. Right, people...